Hello, hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check. All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. I'm Waldo Solano. Today, this is day 5 of AI marketing classes here in Facebook and YouTube. Right. So, in case that you don't know me, I'm Waldo Solano. I'm a salsa instructor in Knoxville, Tennessee. I has decided this year to like kind of a way to give back, help some people that have businesses, especially dance instructors. They're kind of struggling out there. So I want to kind of to show you how Jackie, my wife, and I we do it. So hopefully that might help some of you guys. Right? If not, let's hope I entertain you a little bit. Right? So today is number 5. Right? So for the ones that are showing up, thank you for be here. And basically, what I'm doing is like I've been using for over a year AI tools that kind of help us to grow our company. And right now, literally you use some of this knowledge that you're doing for free in this class, you can really 10x your classes. So meaning that you don't have the 10 times more amount of students in your classes or your business, because this not just work for dance business, it works for any business. Okay, so this is day number 5, and this is the last day, guys. All right, so let me pause here. In case that you will be interested to learn more, you can check my website here. Let me put it on the screen. So you want to learn more, you can go here. Right? So it's called Magnetic AI Marketing.com. Right? So basically, I call it Magnetic AI Marketing. Basically, is marketing. Basically, is a way that you can attract customers or students to your business. Right? Instead to try to chasing people, to convince them to buy from you. Right? So instead to like chase people, is easier to attract them. So that was, to me, is painless. Right? But this is one of the things I do. I hope you guys like it. Right? So let's continue with the class. Let me share my screen. All right. So this is day number 5. All right. And today we want to learn about snowflakes are a nightmare. So what I mean with a snowflakes projects. So basically, one of the things that being help us to Jack and I to grow really, really fast is be able to focus in one service or product. Right? So that means if let's say, for example, I'm a salsa instructor, right? So salsa dance is my product number 1 in service. Right? But before, I used to do quinceañeras, sweet 16s, wedding choreographies, training people for performances, uh, uh, birthdays, weddings. I used to do DJ services, MC. Oh my God, I used to design websites, make flyers. I mean, I used to make so much work that in my head, I think, okay, the more products I can or service I can offer, I should make more money. But the reality was it wasn't true. Like actually, I was burning out. I was so tired. I used to work like around 30 hours a week, right? To trying to do all these type of jobs, right? They are related with what I do, right? But the ones wasn't helping me, right, to grow. Jack and I, we was frustrated because we feel like working so hard. For some reason, it just things don't look like was doing well. Actually, the more we used to be busier, but we used to make less money. Right? So we get tired of that, and grateful that uh, it was. I come across to. I would say the number one thing that changes our business is have somebody to like help us, right? Like I have coaches. So we hire a business coach to help us to grow the business. What happens is like the problem is like sometimes as a business owner, like that was my problem. I used to say yes to everything, right? So if somebody come here, hey, I want a choreography for my kids and the quinceañera, you go, yeah, I can do it, right? I say, hey, I have a wedding. Can you train me to do my first dance? He said, sure, I can do it, right? And it's not that I cannot do it. So I can do that, right? But the problem is like when you trying to do too much, right? You don't focus on just one thing. It's really, really, really difficult, right? So wait one second. Somebody is texting me here, so don't interrupt my class. Let me tell someone to wait. All right, sorry guys. Business. You see, you have to say no to everything because everything is theoretical, right? So the biggest problem when you say yes to everything, like then you become so busy that you have problems to fix your business, right? So obviously it was something had to be fixing our business, but we were so busy working that you don't have the time or the energy to do it. So I thought, okay, I guess we need some help, right? So Jackie was helping me. Right? We used to like start hiring people to help us with the business. Right? But the problem is like because you keep saying yes to everything, it doesn't matter how much help you have. Things get out of control. Right? It's really really difficult when you're trying to do too much, right? Especially too many things different. What happened? We couldn't keep up. Right? It was just too much work. Uh, Even with trying, I mean, we used to make money, but still, it was super difficult. Right? But today, I just want to help you to view a business plan. Right? This business plan help to any business, right? Not just dance business. Right? So I learned this for businesses that are not in the dance business industry. So what I did, all the trainings I give it to you guys, is things that I've been learning, is spending a lot of money. Uh, but I adapt all those training because it was more like generic trainings about how to grow businesses. I adapted to the dance business. But these uh, techniques that are presented to you guys can be applied to any type of business, right? Not just dance business. So you want to grow anything, this is the way you do it. Right? So this is like it's a formula, right? Where just what focusing and just 5 things in your business, you can make it grow. But before this, before we apply the formula, one of the things we did, it does like save us so much energy and stress. It was focused in one thing. And if you guys go to our website, the only thing that we sell is salsa lessons. So we don't do quinceañeras anymore. We don't do wedding choreographies. We don't do DJ services. We don't do anything. Only is selling salsa lessons. That's it. So it's like it was crazy, right? Because in a perfect world, you would think, okay, if I have more products, it's like being like Walmart, right? You have so many products, so that way you can provide products to anyone, right? But when you are a small business, right, unless that you are in a selling a store, that can be different. But even so, right, like in a service business like me, when you focus on just selling one product, right, you can get better to sell that product, and then the grows quickly, right? So if you really want to grow, the number one thing I would recommend is to do one thing, right? I know it's really easy and fine, like like I used to teach salsa, bachata, merengue, cumbia, cha-cha-cha, uh, everything, all right? So it's just not worth it, all right? But when we see a big change to grow, is when the time we decide to say no, right? We say no to everything. Even still, people keep calling me, hey, the 15 años coming from my daughter, can you train it, right? Yeah, keep saying no, and no. They're still calling, all right? Even if I have over a year that I stopped doing quinceañeras, people still remember that I used to do quinceañeras, so they're still calling me. Right? So, but it doesn't mean that you cannot make money like that. Like, but if somebody like to do quinceañera choreographies, you should focus it only in quinceañera choreographies. Don't try to do more. Yeah, I promise you, if you focus on that, if you get better at how to sell the service, you're gonna do better. So now, in case that this is your first time that you see watching this training, all right, it's a 5-step formula the way you can grow any customer. So basically, you have leads. Basically this is the leads in the marketing world is the people that are interested in the product or the service that you provide. Right? This can be, I don't know, they find you on Facebook, or they sign up in your email list, or they went to your website, or you have a Facebook group. So those people, they maybe some showing some interesting and buy what you offer. That's in the marketing world is called leads. So I'm a lead, right? So for several products that I like, for example, I love to right now have access to any AI tool that can help to grow my business. So I'm a lead for AI companies. Right? So we are leads for someone, right? Now, what you had to do is like then, as a business owner, you had to have a process, right, to convert those leads into customers, right? So meaning you're gonna do some steps like me and Jackie will have a system that as soon as we get a lead, we introduce them to a process of selling where the lead is gonna take some steps and to get to the point to buy something from us, right? So this is is what people call conversion, right? So we need to transform those people that are interesting, either be YouTube subscribers or followers in Facebook, TikTok, or people that come to the website, check us out. We have a process when we convert those into buyers. That's why they start people buying from us, and then they start taking classes for us, right? Then from there, right, from those leads to that conversion, you're gonna know and have a specific number of clients or customers that you're gonna be in your business. All right. For example, an easy example to do it is say it. It's like imagine that you have like 100 people coming to your website to check what you do. Right. Like every month, let's say every month you have 100 people coming to your website. Right? Now, depends on what you have in your website described, the words that you say, the colors, all that gonna lead to make some people to buy something for you. Right? And let's say you have 100, let's say you have like, I don't know, 50% convert, then for every 100 people, 50 sign up for your classes. So you have 50% conversion. Right? Of course, that depends on how much you charge for the classes. And you see in the area we say in sales, then you have a X amount of sales, or X amount of people that sign up for your class. In this case, then simple as it, so you have 50 people sign up for your classes. Now here in the average money sales is your prices. Right? So how much you charge for classes is gonna give you X amount of money. Right? Then the margin is like how much it costs you all your process. All right. So how much it costs you your website, how much it costs you, I don't know, if you have like a marketing budget, maybe you hire somebody else to help you with the promotion. Or I don't know, the rent or the place where you teach the classes, right? So every expense in your business, all right? So that's your margin. So how much it costs you to bring one customer to your door, right? So that's the margin, right? Of course, that as a result, that's gonna give you a X amount of money. That's gonna be your income. So this is like the yellow areas here is kind of the 5 steps that Jack and I, normally any business that for people that know how to grow businesses, this is where they focus on, right? So we've been teaching you all this week how to get leads, right? How to create more conversions, right? How to have more sales, right? Yesterday we talked about the average price of sales, meaning you want to improve this in this part, all you have to do is increase the prices of what you sell, or add more products related with the services. Right? That will be a two easy examples how you can grow in that area. And now, yesterday, I think, or today, we're gonna talk more about margins. Right? So, what the things that you can do to reduce the price or the cost, right, to fulfill the service that you do. Right? So maybe if you rent a place there, maybe they charge you really high rent. Maybe the smart way to do is to find a better place, and the quality of the place is the same, but they charge you less. So that way, that would drop the margin. That means that you withdraw the number of expenses that you have, right? Without reducing the price of your classes or the product or the service that you have. And now you will have more income coming to you. So that's an easy way that you can improve your margin, right? As a way that you basically, in simple words, you reduce the cost of your business, right? So, all right, go to the next slide. Right. So now, in these five moves formula that we've been talking all this week, many people, many businesses always focus on this one, and leads. Right? So the majority of the people that know a little bit of business, or they're trying to like grow a business, they think, oh, I need more leads, right? So that's what everybody is focused on it, right? So, but one of the things that I always do, for me, is easier to go backwards, right? So let's say you already have a business setup, right? So you're already teaching classes, or you're already selling something, or you already give some sort of service to people, right? If you do that, you already have some cost base and to be able to create that business, right? It can be your rent, it can be how much you pay for your website, or whatever, any expense related with the business, right? So for us, the easy way to grow any business, the number one step is check the margins, right? So how much of your expenses you have, in order how we can drop that number one. So for example, I'm a business coach. So if I have a client to come to me and say, hey, Waldo, what can I do to grow my business? The number one thing that we do first is to know the numbers of this business. So how many leads they get, how many conversions they get, how many customers they have in the business in the whole, how many sales they do in average, right? What's the prices, right? It was the margins, right? So once I got those numbers, then the number one thing that we do for that business, if somebody want my help to grow the business, the number one thing that we do is check the margins. Okay, how much you are spending, right? How much it costs you to get a customer through the door, right? And then when we do that number, okay, what are the things that we can do to drop the price, right? Because it's always ways that we can get the same quality of service that you have at a more cheaper price, right? And that's the easiest ways to grow a business, right? Because let's say the margins are really high, you only focus to get leads, right? You might grow, right? But a lot of times, depends on how you set up your business. A lot of times, the more customers you have, the more the expenses grow, right? So, so you're always gonna be stuck in a specific level, right? Because you're trying to figure out always. That's what everybody else is doing. Like they don't figure out, okay, more leads, right? That create more customers, but then more customers create more expenses. Right? Then people feel like they feel busy, they feel growing, but they don't understand why they are not growing. That's because the margins are too high, right? So that means the expenses is too many expenses. Right? So my number one thing that you will focus is, or I would recommend to focus in a business, is the margins. Right? How much are your expenses? Right? The number two will be conversions. Right? For example, in conversions, let's say you have a website. Right? And the website is going to say specific things, right? Or it's going to have a specific pages where a person go from, let's say, the home page, then it's going to go to a second page, all right? So what they ask in the first page, all right? how the website performing and how many people are converting to customers, right? So the step number two that we recommend to check and fix in any business would be the conversions, right? Because you are able to drop the margins for the expenses of your business, then you are able to increase the amount of conversions, meaning increase the amount of people that sign up for your classes or buy your services or your products, then the growth is quickly, right? So it's more quickly when you go in that order. Fix the drop the expenses, right? Increase the conversions, and the growth will be really, really fast. Right? And the step number three, where I like to go, right, is always the average sales. Right? How many times people are buying for you? Right? In this example, let's say you are a dance instructor, and people come to your classes, but they take one class and they never come back. Right? So that means that people are buying only one product for you on average, right? So then what we need to do is like we recommend always figure out ways, or give you to the person that can give you recommendations, different ways of how to make people come back again and buy again and again and again, right? So if you can improve the amount of people that are buying for you more often, right, then your growth will go even faster. So that's the part three that I would recommend a business to fix in order to grow quickly. The number four sería the number of sales, right? So, and the numbers of sales is what I just mentioned. So basically, so you understand, like the average amount of money it sells will be like increased prices, right? So let's say you want to grow really quickly, right? The number one thing I would recommend any studio or any business is increase the prices of your products. Right? A lot of times people, what they do, or the majority of people they do in this world, they sell the products or the services too cheap, right? So it's too low. There is no way that you can grow if you charge them way too low just because you feel like everybody else around you charge the amount of price. Right? So one of the easiest ways that people figure out how to set up a price for, let's say, for dance lessons, in my case, first, if they are in a city where is other people doing service similar, like, I don't know, teaching some sort of type of lessons, they check how much everybody else is charging, and then they pick that number price. So an easy number that normally everybody, no matter what the size of the city I see, everybody charges around $10 per dance lesson, right? So it's always like the average price, everybody charges $10, right? But if you are starting as an instructor, you're gonna feel that that's the right price to start. That's okay, right? But as you grow, I can see a lot of amazing dancers, a lot of amazing instructors charging way too low when they are giving like a really good service teaching. Right? Of course, if you suck, if you're trying to charge high, I mean, it's obvious people's not dumb, right? People's not stupid. Right? You suck as an instructor, and then you charge too much, you're never gonna have people come back. Right? That's one of the things Jack and I will do. We always keep training and learning to improve the quality of our classes. Right? We've been working for 15 years already. Right? 15 years is like over a decade. Right? But we still today, every day, I still take lessons in a way that I can improve my classes because the quality of my service is very important for me. Right? So Jack and I, we prepare, or the way we call it, we over prepare every single time that we want to teach something to make sure the experience for our students in class always going to be high. Right? So we always focus on that. So you want people to come back to your classes, you always have to keep improving. Right? Always. Right? It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this, no matter how many championships you have, doesn't matter how many credits or certificates you have. If you cannot, you don't improve your classes, you're always going to be flat, right? Or dying. One of the I use this phrase all the time that I learned from some of my business coaches, that what is not growing is dying, right? If you have students in your classes that feel like bored or stuck, right, that's because they are not growing. Right? It's that simple. Okay. You want your students to grow, feel excited to come back to your classes. You need to figure out ways for them to always keep growing, right? That's how you're gonna make people to come back again and again and again to your classes, right? That's how you're gonna grow a business. Super simple, okay? The last one is the leads, right? So the last one is figure out ways so you can attract more people to come to check you out, either making dance events or printing flyers or creating events on Facebook or maybe writing a blog you put on your website so that way Google promote you. So it's many ways you can increase the amount of leads they're gonna come to you, check you out, right? But a lot of times what I see is very common. The people when they're trying to grow a business, the number one thing is like trying to get more people to the business. Right? For me, it's backwards. Right? For me, you go from right to left, not left to right. So basically, you start with the margin. Say how much are your expenses. So let's find out ways to drop the expenses of your business without dropping the quality of your business. Right? It then actually drop the expenses and increase the quality of your business. Right? So that way, the process of your business, it will be better and we grow really, really fast. Right? Simple. Right? All right. So now now this is a example that might don't fit a dance instructor, but who knows, right? I just pick those numbers, just random numbers, so you can see what I'm trying to use. So imagine in your website, you have 250 people sign up in your website for your newsletter or something like that, right? So 250 people give you an email, right? And let's say you convert 20% of those 200 people actually buy from you. So that means you're gonna have 50 clients, right? So 250 leads you to have 50 clients. Right? And let's say they buy you one thing. And let's say the product that you have is $5,000. Right? I just pick a random number so you can like see what's going on. Right? When you do that, then you want to have a $250,000 gross. Right? So that's how much money your business is gonna make. But if your margins are zero, meaning everything it costs you to create a business, you spend it, then you have zero profit. Right? So you end up in zero. You're gonna work a lot because you're gonna have 50 people that you have to fulfill, take care of it once they get in the business. But if this costs you too much, you end up with a zero. You end up with a busy job, but with zero money in your pocket. Right? So that's why margins are so important. Right? So if the prices or whatever you do to attract people cost you exactly the amount of money that people are paying you, then you're not gonna go anywhere. Right? You're gonna be busy, but you're gonna keep money in your pocket. So that's a bad way to do a business. Right? So now let's say you have a margin problem, but let's say you have a conversion problem. Right? So with the same example, let's say you have 250 people, but you have a 0% conversion in your website, like no one is buying anything. So then means you're gonna have zero clients, right? So that means that you're not gonna make any money, right? Because you don't have people buying, right? That means you have a conversion problem, right? So that's what my next step to fix. Once you know the numbers, when you do see the numbers, it's easy to understand where the problem is, right? And then you can fix it. Right? Now, why people normally focus in leads or most of the time is because when you talk about like margin and conversions, these are things that are not quite sexy, right? So people don't like to like. That's one of the least thing that people trying to figure out because it's not easy to do and it's just not sexy, right? People just want to like either make events and print flyers. People just like to do the more excited things in the business. It's like getting more customers. Like one of the things I love is like seeing new faces in my business. It is for anyone, right? So if you have a class, then you have a lot of new people. I mean, you happy, right? Yeah. This is why people focus so much on the lead. So it's always working. Okay, let's bring more customers. Let's bring more customers. They think that that's the first thing that everybody's had to do to grow a business, right? Where now you see for the sample, that's not the case, right? Now, of course, if you just starting in your business, definitely you need customers, right? Because it doesn't matter how good your product is, right? You cannot, you're never gonna go anywhere. If you're just starting, yes, the first thing that you need to do is bring some customer for whatever process that you have. Right. So if you have a good setup website where it's gonna be set up to actually sell something, definitely figure out if you're just starting, send people through the website. Then you're gonna see if people actually convert. Then the number one thing you're gonna see is like, okay, I bring in 100 people to the website. If nobody's buying, then you have a problem there. So if you start in, that's the first problem that you need to fix, the conversion. Right? Uh, Many of you guys, I'm sure, do not have a website. Right? So for me, that would be the number one thing that you should have. Right? Have a website or a way to process an exchange of value, meaning a way on somebody can give you money. So this is the number one thing that people needs to have. Don't worry about the name of your company. Don't worry about your logo. Don't worry about anything else or the t-shirt or no. First thing you need to figure out is have a way to process a first way to charge people. Because if you cannot charge people, then you cannot make money. Right? Then you don't have a business. Right? So that's the number one thing that you need to have, right, in order to grow. So now what I'm gonna do is help you to build a business plan. So what I'm gonna do is this, okay? In this website here, down here, what you can do is sign up. Basically, what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna help you one by one. If you are interested to grow a business, is to go here, and we can talk, right? Because I need to know exactly where you are. Right? I need to know if you are starting. I need to know if you like maybe you already have some customers. Because if I don't know the conditions of your business, then I can help you. Right? And so if you want like help me out with a review of your business, I will do it completely free by going in this website, sign up, and then I will send you email. Then we can talk. Right? So that way I can get all the information that I need from you and your business. So that way I can help you to grow your business. Right? Basically, what I'm gonna do is just do what I show you. Right? I will check if you already had a business. The first thing I will do is to know your numbers. Right? If you don't know your number, you cannot improve anything. It's like trying to lose weight. If you don't know how much you weigh, you don't know how much you need to lose in order to lose weight. But it's really easy to lose weight. All you have to do is check your weight every day. When you have the right information, you can take the right actions. Meaning, if you know exactly how much you weigh every day, then the next time you're trying to put a donut in your mouth, you might take a better decision. You put something more healthy. So then business is the same thing. If you don't know your numbers, the number one thing we need to do is you know. All right, guys, I gotta go. Business is calling. So see you next time. Bye. Hello.